Right, African countries have been urged to think twice about opting for nuclear power following the earthquake damage to Japan's nuclear stations. The call has been made at a gathering of African energy ministers and power utility executives in Cape Town. This report from Andre Jordan.
The focus at the opening of the Power Indaba in Cape Town has been on Africa's need to attract huge investment, to wipe out power generation backlogs and sustain its prospects of strong economic growth. Estimates of the backlog range up to $30 billion a year. Emmanuel Nzabanita of the African Development Bank's Energy Division says the bank has several strategies for helping governments and the private sector to get together to make the investments. However, he says he would not at this stage support investment in nuclear facilities because Africa has abundant natural resources such as hydropower and gas it can use to generate electricity.
If we have exploited all our natural resources available and we have no more, then we'll have no choice but to support that. But for the time being, I think we have huge resources which we can exploit before we start venturing into other nuclear things.
The reservations about nuclear power have been echoed by Egypt's Professor Galal Osman, who is Vice President of the World Wind Energy Association in Germany. He's told the Power Indaba that events in Japan have caused German Chancellor Angela Merkel to call a meeting on speeding up a program to close down nuclear power stations in that country.
There is a lot of question marks. And I'm getting from Hamburg today in the morning that Merkel is meeting with 3 ministers and they are considerably re-evaluating the situation, how to go further with switching off nuclear power plants in Germany to be 100% renewable.
Delegates at the Power Indaba have been told there's a need for regional power pools because individual African countries can't afford the huge capital in spending involved in new generation. Admasu Tedes of the Southern African Development Bank says SADC countries of Southern Africa could halve a projected capital spending requirement of $80 billion over the next 15 years if they agreed to regional integration of power generation.
The problem, of course, is everybody talks about regional integration, but when the chips are down and the decisions are made, you don't always see a willingness for countries to forgo self-sufficiency.
Right, that's Admasu Tedes of the Southern African Development Bank ending that report from Andre Jordan.